some background that the people do this stuff all the time and they just follow orders. So it's nothing new. But the suggestion I had is I think we should take some. You should give out some of the best examples of your charts and stuff to show that this thing is totally out of line, so we can download it and.
That's much.
This picture tells how the mass migration was accomplished. Neither the Army nor the War Relocation Authority relished the idea of taking men, women, and children from their homes, their shops, and their farms. So the military and civilian agencies alike determined to do the job as a democracy should, with real consideration for the people involved. There were more Japanese in Los Angeles than in any other area. In nearby San Pedro, houses and hotels occupied almost exclusively by Japanese were within a stone's throw of a naval air base, shipyards, oil wells. Japanese fishermen had every opportunity to watch the movement of our ships. Japanese farmers were living close to vital aircraft plants. So as a first step, all Japanese were required to move from critical areas such as these. Notices were posted. All persons of Japanese descent were required to register. They gathered in their own churches and schools, and the Japanese themselves cheerfully handled the enormous paperwork involved in the migration. Now the actual migration got underway. The Army provided fleets of vans to transport household belongings and buses to move the people to assembly centers. The evacuees cooperated wholeheartedly. The many loyal among them felt that this was a sacrifice they could make in behalf of America's war effort. In small towns as well as large, up and down the coast, the moving continued. Church services, Protestant, Catholic, while the Army would guard the outer limits of each area, community life and security within were largely up to the Japanese themselves. They immediately saw the need for developing civic leaders. At weekly community meetings, citations were given to the block leaders who had worked most diligently. Special emphasis was put on the health and care of these American children of Japanese descent. Most of whom are American citizens, and their grandparents, who are aliens, immediately wanted to go to work. Now, this brief picture is actually the prologue to a story that is yet to be told. It will be fully told only when circumstances permit the loyal American citizens once again to enjoy the freedom we in this country cherish, and when the disloyal, we hope, have left this country for good. In the meantime, we are setting a standard for the rest of the world in the treatment of people who may have loyalties to an enemy nation. We are protecting ourselves without violating the principles of Christian decency. And we won't change this fundamental decency no matter what our enemies do. But of course, we hope most earnestly that our example will influence the Axis powers in their treatment of Americans who fall into their hands.
The War Activities Committee. I wonder if those Americanization classes they had for those people that they stripped of their homes, stripped of their identity, stripped of their families, stripped of their associations, stripped of their friends, stripped of where they had lived, stripped of what they did on a day-to-day basis, stripped of them of their businesses and their property. I wonder if those Americanization classes included First, Second, Fourth, or Fifth Amendment components. No, those were just friendly work camps, just friendly houses on the prairie for that kind of America. Is that what we want returned to the United States today? A second coming of Korematsu, a second coming of detention camps and work camps that deprive us of our core constitutional liberty?